Good day, UMS 11. Welcome to our discussion in discipline and ideas in social science. And at the end of this lesson, you should be able to analyze the basic concepts and principles of the major social science theories, wherein the structural functionalism, Marxism, and symbolic interactionism. So, the main topic is all about the principles of the major social science theories. So, what is the instructional functionalism? When we say instructional functionalism is a school of thought according to which each of institutions, relationships, rules, and norms that together constitute a society serves a purpose, and each is indispensable for the continued existence of the others and of the society as a whole. According to this perspective or approach or theory, social change is regarded as an adapted response to some tension within the social system. When some part of an integrated social system changes, a tension between this and other parts of the system is created, which will be resolved by the adaptive change of other parts. In this perspective, in this perspective, the society is proceed as a living organism, just like a picture here. You can see a picture of a human body. The internal organ is being flashed on the screen, like we have the lungs, liver, the bladder, heart, stomach, and intestines. So each body part has its own function, and it should function well so that the human being can live. So the society in this perspective is being perceived as a living organism. The society is like a human body. The society is a system of highly interrelated parts that work together harmoniously. Each part of the society has each role to perform and work together for the benefit of the whole society. As you can see here in the slides, I highlighted these phrases. The one in light blue, it says that the society has each rule to perform, or the heart of this society has its role to perform. So what are they part of society? So we have the government, we have the police force, we have the market, we have the education institution, and we have other units, and each unit or department agency are considered part society, and it has each role to perform. Another phrase is being highlighted here is the part will works together. In order to make the society stable, each part must complement to each other, and each part must work together in order for the society to be stable. The proponent of the said theory was Emil Durkheim. He was born 1858 and died 1917. Emil was a French social scientist. He was generally regarded as the founder of the functionalist theory. He argued that parts of the society are interdependent, and that this interdependency imposes structure on the behavior of institution and their members. The interrelations between the parts of society contributed the social unity, an integrated system with life characteristic of its own, exterior to individuals yet driving their behavior. Next to Emil Durkheim was Talcott Parsons. He was an American sociologist born in 1902 and died in 1979. He enunciated the functional prerequisites that any social system must meet in order to survive, developing routinized interpersonal arrangement or structures, defining relations to the external environment, fixing boundaries, and recruiting and controlling members. He classified He classified such structure on the basis of their functional parts, and it's sometimes called the system theory. So there are sayings that Talcon Parkons, and according to him, theory not only formulates what we know but also tells us what we want to know. That is the question to which an answer is needed. Another proponent of this theory is Robert Camerton. Robert Camerton is an American sociologist that was born 1910 and was died 2003. So here in this slide you can see the pictures of Robert Camerton. The second theory was conflict theory or Marxism. When we say conflict theory or Marxism, it's originated in the work of Karl Marx, who focuses on the causes and consequences of class conflict between the bourgeoisie. When we say bourgeoisie, it is the owner of means of production and the capitalist. And the proletariat. When we say proletariat, the working class and the poor. This theory focusing on the economic, social, This theory focusing on the economic, social, and political implications of the rise of capitalism in Europe. Marx theorized that this system is premised on the existence of a powerful minority class, the bourgeoisie, and the oppressed majority class, the proletariat, created class conflict because the interests of the two were at odds and resources were unjustly distributed among them. Karl Marx is the proponent of this theory. He is a German philosopher and a sociologist. Karl Marx was born in 1880 and died in 1883. He looks at society as a competition for limited resources. Society as being made up of individuals in different social classes who must compete for social, material, and political resources such as food and housing, employment, education, and leisure time. Social institutions like government, education, and religion reflect this competition in their inherent inequalities and help maintain the unequal social structures. Next to Karl Marx was Max Weber. He is a German sociologist born in 1864 and died in 1920. He agrees with Karl Marx, also believed that in addition to economic inequality or inequalities of political power and social structure create conflict. Ayan. So, the third theory is symbolic interactionism. This perspective relies on the symbolic meaning that people develop and build upon in the process of social interaction. Analyzes society by addressing the subjective meaning that people impose on objects, events, and behaviors. Subjective meaning are given primacy because it is believed that people behave based on what they believe and not just on what is objectively true. Thus, society is thought to be socially constructed through human interpretation. People interpret one another behavior, and it is this interpretation that form the social bonds. These interpretations are called the definition of the situations. Okay, so the proponent of this theory is George Herbert Mead. He is an American philosopher and a sociologist. He was born in 1863 and died in 1931. Although Med is uh, although Med is the one who developed the perspective and point the symbolic interaction is Herbert Blumer. Blumer coined the term symbolic interaction in 1937, and according to him he has three basic principles of this theory. The first principle is we act toward people and things based on the meaning we interpret from them. So the first principles that um, Herbert Blumer said is we act toward people and things based on the meaning we interpret for them. So for example, in this principle is when we sit at a table at our restaurants, we expect that those who approach us will be employees of the establishment. And because of this, they will be willing to answer questions and about the or they will be willing to answer questions about the menu, take our orders, and bring us food and drinks. Second principle is those meaning are the product of social interaction between people. They are social and and cultural construct. Continuing with the same example, we have came to have expectations of what it means to be a customer in a restaurant based on prior social interaction in which the meaning of restaurant employees has been established. The third one is meaning making and understanding is an ongoing interpretative process during which the initial meaning might remain the same, evolve slightly, or change radically. Example of this principle in a concert with a waitress who approaches us as if she can help us and then takes an order or takes our order. So we know that when we were approached of that waitress in that particular concert, he asked what will be our order, then the meaning that we implied or the meaning that we got to that interaction is that the waitress ready to get an order for us, but in other word or in an other situation, when that waitress approached us and told us that the food is ready in the buffet table. That means the waitress just told us to go to the table, and because the table is ready, so she doesn't ask an order from us, but instead he directed to go directly to the table. So aside from the two, another proponent is also American is Harold Garfinkel. He is an American sociologist. Was born in 1917 and died 2011. And of course, the one is a Canadian sociologist, no other than Erwin Goffman. He was born 1922 and died 1982. So that's all about our topic for this day. I hope you have learned something, and if you have a question or clarification, you can ask me directly or you can send it to the GC. Okay, so that's all. Thank you and keep safe.